What do you prefer? Is that watching movies or read books? What do you prefer the most to do?
I like them both, but I do prefer to watch movies because it has a visual representation from the book, maybe.
Why? Is that because the books is too like having a lot of words to consume or what? And it take a lot of a lot of time. Is that your reason?
My reason is I had a bad eyesight to read maybe small letters, and as you can see right now, some books are tended to be very expensive to buy, right? And I got a lot of many reference if I want to watch some movies. Some of them are free, and beside of that, I like movie better because it has many things inside the movies. You got the conversation, you got the visual, you also got the music that you really like.
Yeah, that's true. I do love some like score sometimes, like this sound is bird or whatever. Is that very enchanted? Well, talking about movie then, what your favorite genre of movie?
For me, for myself, I would like to watch. I'd like to watch some actions. But mostly I love to watch adventures movie.
Adventures movie.
Yes.
Do you have any like maybe mention one of the best movie in the adventure that you have?
The best movie that I've ever watched. Well, it is very common from anybody else, but have you ever heard about Narnia?
Narnia,
Yes.
I do heard it a lot. That's a popular.
It's very popular.
Yeah, but I just like watch the first movie. So there's a
three part of it.
Like trilogy.
Yeah, the trilogy of it.
Trilogy, yeah.
It was intended to be a 7 part, but I don't know. I think the studio maybe just stop at the third of the movies. But from the third, I would like to I'd like to see the first one because it is very reminiscent.
Yeah.
Because you watch it as a child and you feeling into it from the first moment you watched it.
I see. I do watch that actually in television, but I do not really remember the plot. Can you please like tell me a little bit about the plot of the first movie, the Narnia one?
The first movie, okay, it is a very interesting plot. There were 4 main characters. And they are Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. They were siblings, each other. Peter was the first, the oldest, and then Susan is the second, Edmund, and then the Lucy is the youngest of them. They were stuck between a war. In the real world. There was a war, and their father are pushed to let them or try to escape from the land, from the country that is a war, and then the 4 of them living inside a mansion. I think it was their uncle's mansion. Well, they are very safe, but they aren't very happy about the mansion. And one day, Lucy, the youngest one, found a wardrobe inside the room.
Yeah.
A big wardrobe. At first, she thought that it's just a regular wardrobe that doesn't have anything to do. But as soon as she enters, opens the wardrobe and enters, she felt a cold wind, cold breeze that came into her, and then she follows the inside the wardrobe, and she were found in.
What is that? That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
And then she went through the wardrobe into a magnificent world called Narnia.
Oh, so the word is called Narnia.
Yes, Narnia is the world itself.
So that's the beginning of the movie. So
That's the beginning, yes.
we don't want to spoil you guys. So yeah, that's just the beginning. Well, so do you want to sometimes like escape to Narnia if you can actually?
I really do want to escape to an imaginary world like Narnia, especially Narnia itself. Even though there were some conflict in there, but it's a very peaceful world. It's a very imaginative world rather than our world.
Yeah. The place, wow, that's amazing, Narnia. I also like dreaming sometimes, like I go to the wardrobe and find a place like Narnia. That's amazing. That would be amazing. Well, still talking about Narnia. So, if you are, I give you a chance to be one of the character in the Narnia movie.
From the fourth character.
Yeah, whatever. What you rather to be?
I would love just to be the third person. It is Edmund.
Edmund.
He was known as the most stubborn from the three of them. He's the most. I think he was confused about what he did in the movie. He was like want some attention from his older sibling, and because his older sibling is more likely to connect with the youngest Lucy, and then Edmund is just like a thrown away child like that because of that. But at first he was a very stubborn. He also joined the evil person in there, the witch.
The witch.
He didn't know anything, and he just followed the witch. And from there, he knew that he wasn't that bad after all. After watching what had the witch done to the Narnian people, and then he realized that he doesn't belong with the witch.
Yeah.
And then he escaped from the castle and went back to his siblings, and then he became a good boy. Wow, character development that I really like from the main character.
So that's me. I'm sure that Edmund, is that right? That's your like favorite character in this movie.
Yes,
yeah,
that's my favorite character.
Well, do you still remember any of words of line that you can motivated or maybe inspired by that line in the movie? Do you still remember one of it or some of it?
I do remember some sentences, some words, but most of the time I like to hear the word chanting noises that is for Narnia and for Aslan, like that.
For Narnia and for Aslan.
Yes.
So what is that? What's the meaning of that?
It's a war cry, war chanting. Before they went into battle, they always shouted for Narnia and for Aslan, like that. Narnia is the place, the country that they were in, and Aslan is like maybe the god inside the country. He was a lion, as everybody knows.
Oh yeah, I do know that. That's not a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler because it's on the.
That's the icon. Yeah,
the icon
of the movie.
Yes.
Okay. So they do a war because they want to save their god, or they actually?
Okay, from the movie that I watched, Aslan sacrifices himself to repel the war. The war to stop the war from by the white witch, right?
Is that spoiler? No, not that spoiler.
I think if it's spoiler, I think that the viewer
maybe we can like giving the warning where it's like so guys, this is a spoiler. If you don't want to watch it, please stop it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he sacrifices himself because he wanted to stop the war from the white witch, but I think the white witch is kind of doesn't care if it's Aslan dead or not. She just wanted to go to the war. And then the Narnian people and these four main characters became the warrior, the bravest warrior in Narnia. They led, especially Peter, the first one. He became the leader from the soldiers, the warriors that went to the war. He became the first one to charge into the evil's enemies.
Yeah.
And he chants for Narnia and for Aslan for the freedom of the country Narnia.
So the god sacrificed for them and them return to sacrifice for the Narnia.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's really great. Well, Hazik, I still have a lot of question actually. Well, I have this one. What is your preference, telling stories or listening into others' stories?
I like to tell stories, but I had a bad connection with words. How to make a good words.
No, you're not. You're really great, actually.
Well, for sometimes, but mostly I would like to listen to other stories because I think knowing somebody's life, somebody's experience will also make me a better person. So I could get more experience like that, get more experience from others.
That's great. So you are kind of like listening person rather than like talkative person.
I'm not very talkative person like this.
Actually, I do like you. Actually, I love to listening into the other people stories. So maybe I can get the new insight, and new inspire stories from them. Then maybe we can like both. We can learn from them, or we just can avoid what they actually done. Yeah, we can take a lot of.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So that's nothing problem. That's okay. That's great, actually. Well, So actually, my favorite movie is Harry Potter. Do you know some of it?
Harry Potter. Yes, I watched all of them.
Watch it, yeah. It's kind of adventure movies, like.
Yes, I would like to love that. I would like to watch that. I watched it many times. When I first watched the Sorcerer's Stone, the Philosopher's Stones, I will watch it through the entire movie because it's basically a yearly. And I do have
that's kind of movie is like the same with Narnia, I think. Like the adventure one, like there is someone that trapped into another apa? Another world that they've never imagined before.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite stories. Well, so I give you like a chance to be in a Narnia, or you rather go to the Hogwarts.
Well, in my opinion, as a character, as a main character, I would like to go to the Hogwarts. Who wouldn't want to?
Yeah,
Hogwarts,
I really
right?
want that some letter come to me and you are go to the Hogwarts.
You're accepted as a student of Hogwarts.
Yeah,
Like that.
I do really want
Nice.
that come true.
Because many things in Hogwarts is most likely to make everything simple with just a touch of magic.
Yeah, Leviosa.
That line is
That's really great movie. Well, that's actually our podcast today, guys. Maybe that's all that we get. That's a very great talk with you, Hazik. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Of course.
Well, maybe we can just over it. Is that okay? Or you have something to talk?
I'd rather listen to you than talk.
Yeah.
But maybe I have something to talk about. When we want to escape the world, like our own imaginations, our own things. I think we need to get to it and never block it from our real world insecurities. We need to just follow our minds throughout our imaginations. Therefore, we could live there as long as we could. So therefore, ourselves in real world will feel very soothing, very comfortable. Therefore,
Yeah. That's is the quote of today's podcast, guys.
a weird.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have one last question, Hazik.
Okay.
So I have mentioned you a lot about Sefeo. What is Sefeo? That. So you have already like the opinion about that, right? So
Yes.
what do you think about Sefeo? After all,
I think, from my opinion,
Yeah.
Sefeo,
Yeah.
Sefeo is a good place and a good opportunity from maybe people like us that may have a good, have a really good English, I think, and wanted to learn to be better in English, to have a great conversation like this, to share our opinion like this. And it's a good place and good opportunity. If maybe some kids that really maybe shy to express themselves in the class or to express themselves in the college, and I think it is a good thing.
Yeah, I do really sure about that. So here we are actually because the Sefeo. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Hazik.
You're very welcome.
Okay. Well, guys, maybe what I can say that maybe that's okay sometimes if you want to escape from this miserable world, fucked up world. But then, please remember to come back, to come back stronger, to be the best version of you. And after like the motivation and like maybe, you can heal yourself, you can reverse your mind, but please come back. And this is your real life, but that's okay sometimes if you want to escape. Okay, guys, that's maybe today's podcast. Thank you very much for your nice attention, and thank you very much, Hazik, for to be here to accompany me. Thank you very much, and see you at the next podcast. Bye bye.